Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Ken, you need to run before Trisha have you catching a case. Cause she sat up there and she is such a liar. Such a liar. What is going on, y'all? And Destiny and that Beyonce shirt, girl, no, 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 no. With them hands on her breasts, Beyonce wore that on the last tour, honey. But baby, no, you couldn't pull it off, Destiny. Oh, that just bothered me. But Ken, you need to bounce because Trisha is a liar and Martell. Oh my God. What am I talking about? Hey, besties. I am. Let's get in. Let's do it. Oh, my goodness. This episode. Oh, my God. What am I talking about? Love and Marriage, Huntsville, honey. Season 8, episode 12. It was called Martelling Tales. Let's get into it. So, the episode starts off. Stormy and Courtney are at the old warehouse. They're preparing to move to their new warehouse, and they're excited. They don't act like Courtney don't get excited about too much or nothing, but I guess it's inside. Anyway, she has to go back to LA for an 8-hour TikTok event because she did it one and it went well. She went live. I think that's when she hit the $1 million. So she's going back to LA. And now they're talking about buying another house in LA. And they're like, yeah, I like LA. I like LA. And well, Courtney said he loves it. And so I was getting the thought, like, okay, is there gonna be a love and marriage Los Angeles? Are they leaving this franchise and making start a new one? Or will this be their own show? So I was kind of like, why are they throwing that out there? Sometimes you gotta catch stuff and hold on to it. But I caught that. What's going on in LA, Carlos? Um, so, she was telling him about Martell coming by the warehouse, and Martell telling her that Trisha has been over to his house a few times. And, she asked, does Ken know? And Courtney says, no, he just told Ken like he just communicated with her. And Stormy said she has to tell Trisha this. He told her that so it don't feel weird. She said she got to tell Trisha what Martell said to Courtney so it don't feel weird. So, she can have a clear conscience when she's around. And so I remember that she's been over a few times. Like, okay, so there you have it. They have a few times, and let's keep going. So Destiny goes over to her brother's house, Martell. He's in this black bathrobe, chilling at his house. So he's making coffee. She says she needs some of his wine. So it's the morning time. She gave her a glass of wine. He making coffee. So he wanted to tell her about showing Sonny and Moses his house for sale. And he don't want her to get mad at him. So she said she couldn't make no promises, honey. So he tells her, and she says, oh, check over friendship. And I think that should have been the name of this episode, Check Over Friendship. That was a good one. Destiny got the good ones. She got the good comebacks. Also, besties, let me know what you rate this episode. It was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Let's keep going, but you put your ratings. We'll be doing. Let me keep going because I might change my mind. So she's told Martell she dates out of state, so she don't have to see the guy no more. If they break up, she ain't got to see him no more. And so Dusty was like, why do they want to move to the oasis of Alabama? And child, the way I laughed at the oasis of Alabama. Okay, girl, Huntsville is an oasis, y'all. So Martell says Moses told him about he named his company after her son. And so Martell's telling her, oh yeah, he still wants you. But he wants the both of y'all. He wants Sonny and her. And so she was like, Desi said, well, y'all, y'all love side chicks. And so Martell talking about everyone got to have one. And he repeated it too. And so she asked, why did her name even come up? And so she was like, my name came up in front of his wife. And he was like, yeah, she was cool with it. And, she said they're going to get more LLCs. And so flashing back to the scene, it's just like Moses is just sitting there like do whatever, and Sonny just defends him at every juncture possible. She's gonna defend Moses, and that gets tiring. And Moses may be cool and I try to stay on the fence so I can change my mind, but he's not acting like a man to me. He's not, because your man is supposed to be defending you. And the thing about him saying what the name of his business was, Martell nor Chris asked any follow-up questions about it. But here goes Sonny. Oh, that's the name, and we going, and because it's just like nobody. And Chris looking at her like, what? And Martell is taking it all in, honey. He over there recording, looking like, remind me of Sheree over there being the bone collector, because he know he finna run to Destiny. And it's just like, Sonny, I hope this marriage works, but I won't be surprised if it doesn't. Let's move on. Put your comments down in the section. You don't have to agree, but don't come for me. Just state how you feel, okay? Because I may change my mind by episode. Okay? Yes. So, okay, here go Destiny. And someone said in another chat that she stole this saying from Cat Williams. So she told Martell, you have a natural propensity to align yourself with losers. And let's kind of observe that. Well, Martell was looking at her like, what? He didn't know what she was talking about. So I didn't either, because I didn't even relate that to Cat. So I looked it up. So pretty much you have a natural tendency to behave in a particular way. So you hang around losers, you are a loser. So Destiny, you're sitting at his table, counter. You're at his house. What does that make you, ma'am? You lost your marriage. You lost your house. You put in utility bills in your ex-husband's name. You lost your beauty supply. You lost your employees. What does that make you? Okay, I made my point. Moving on. So Martell side-eye her and says, girl, y'all gonna be in Huntsville. All of y'all gonna be in Huntsville. And so she asked him, did he have his ring on when you saw him? And Martell's like, I wasn't looking at his hand. Because when Moses and Destiny met to talk, he wasn't wearing his ring that day either. And, Sonny had to get in him about that. And it's like, Sonny, are you his mama or his wife? You his mama wife. I'm going to call her his mama's wife. Mama wife. So he told her how Sonny was emphasized on how happily married they are. And so Desi said, oh, she's infiltrating all my friendship groups. And so Destiny meets Trisha at the gym, and Stormy comes in a little later. She's coming back from LA. And they're all wearing black and pink. So I was wondering, was it October? Is it Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Or everybody just likes pink and black to work out in? But they all got the same colors on. And Destiny says she's proud of Stormy and she's inspired by Stormy. And I'm like, that was a big girl thing to say. Because, Destiny has suffered a lot of losses. And it's good to know that another Black woman can inspire you and not you turn jealous of her and her success. But yes, be inspired and copy and ask and let her mentor you. Ask the questions and get up, dust yourself off, and try again. Hi, R.I.P. Aaliyah. Okay, so Trisha told her kids about her and Ken and how they're thinking about marriage, and they accept Ken. And she ended up telling her sisters too. And then she explains to them, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. I got my pages mixed up. So she explains to the girls why she never told her sisters that she was separated from her husband. And so she wasn't sure if her and Kim was going to work out. So she just didn't want to say nothing. She didn't know they were going to go this far. Yeah, Trisha, because of how you are. You are a deceiving little liar. You're a little cheat. You're for the streets. That's why you didn't think you was going to get this far, because you're for the streets. You know it. Only Ken doesn't know it. And so she says her sisters are very judgy and all that. And so I think Storm was kind of like, oh, I understand that. But how do you understand? You're an only child. But yeah, you do get where she's coming from, kind of. But how your family don't know you separated for years? Was y'all just don't? I'm gonna assume y'all wasn't coming around each other. No birthdays, no holidays. Because I don't know why it just seems to me in my mind, Huntsville, any town with Ville on the end means it's very small. This in the South, black folks love to talk. It just doesn't seem real that your family wouldn't know you're separated. Like people didn't know. Like Marceau, when he said he didn't know they were married, it just seems like how you didn't know. They've mentioned being at Martell's birthday parties and seeing him in Target, and the place is small and people talk. Like I'm sure it's one high school, maybe two, two or three elementary. Like y'all all grew up together. Like stop acting like y'all don't know each other. It ain't in each other's business. Okay, but we'll go with the narrative. So Destiny was like, why can't you fix it? What can't you fix? No, I think Destiny was asking her, what can't you fix? Like in the marriage, right? Because she was telling them that she met up with the estranged husband, let's say that. And she said, there's resentment there, no support from the past traumas. And she's talking about losing her parents and her sister. And so even with that, like you just lost family. Y'all wasn't at the funerals. You guys had 3 funerals to do. How does they not know you wasn't with him? Was he at the funerals? Just like, come on, y'all. This don't even sound right. But anyway, she was just saying if they got back together, this wouldn't be the same. And it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be better. But anyway, the same feelings. So Stormy asked, y'all talked about divorce? She said yes. And she was like, well, how does he feel? And it was like, well, he feels like they didn't get a chance to fix it. And Stormy's like, so he still want to be with you? She like, no. And she was like, yes, girl, he still want his shot. She tried to tell her, no, he still wants a shot with you, ma'am. And so Stormy was like, then Stormy tells her, I like you and Ken together. And so Destiny's like, are you sure? Like she making sure, are you sure you done with your ex? So Trisha says she should have spoke to him. He should have spoke up to her a long time ago. Like it's over. So Destiny told Trisha that she needs to come to therapy with her. And so I'm like, I agree. Then Stormy changes the subject and brings up Martell. Destiny is like, huh? Because she don't know. She out the loop. So she like, her antennas are rising. Wait, what's going on? Because, Destiny busy with her stuff. So she like, y'all sneaky links? So Trisha, and it's like people, Destiny and Stormy are grown. They have lived some. They know a sneaky link when they see it, smell it. They know. And they're not asking because they don't know. This is for you to say yes and just fess up. So she said she did not make it to his house. She was like, he invited me, but I didn't make it to his house. And so they're like, when was this? And she was like, 4 years ago. And so, they were talking on Instagram. And so she was newly separated. and he was going through the divorce with me. So they both were separated. So she said, we never went that far. We didn't have any intimate situations. Lies, 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 lie, 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 lie. Destiny said, did you do it and it wasn't good? And some people think, Destiny, you already know if it's good or not. Some people say they think you and Martell already and then him coming over, but no, you came over his house. And with him being in the kitchen in a robe, kind of confirmed it for some people. Some people's like, uh-huh. So that should tell you too now, Trisha, that they don't believe you. Because Destiny just said you just didn't like it, it wasn't good. So she don't believe that you never went over there and there was no intimate situations. Stormy thinks they both lying. Yes, because they are. See what I'm saying, Trisha? These girls are not dumb. Trisha said if she did it to that joker, she would say it. Yeah, okay, sure. She said Martell is weird because why didn't he say something when they were at the gym together? Bingo! And you know what I just tripped on, not just, but it's like they had chemistry at that gym. Trisha ain't never been so open and comfortable with nobody, not even Ken. She is so comfortable and very open with Martell. She ain't even that comfortable around Ken because she holding on to a bone that she trying to bury. So anyway, we get over there to Black. Tisha is over there with Marcel. Black was shut down again the day before we were watching them. People kept calling the city complaining about different issues at Black. There was a homecoming they had, and the leaders in the community were calling the city officials to shut them down. And so I actually saw a video of what Black looked like the night of the homecoming. Y'all, besties, that block, it was off the chain. Like it was a gazillion of people around. They had tents up, traffic, parking was all over. It was off the chain. So they ended up shutting down because of a reason, because of a use tax. Apparently, you have to pay taxes on your furniture. And Marceau made a comment like, this furniture that I bought on Amazon and Wayfair, I gotta pay taxes to the county or to the city for this old stuff. And it's like, Marceau, don't be telling us where this furniture came from, that you ain't paid much money for this stuff. Oh my goodness. I ain't mad at you, Marceau. I'm not mad. So he explains how they pay taxes at all their other properties. And so, Tisha was suggesting, you want to move out of Huntsville and go someplace else? And Marceau's like, no. He want to fight for his piece of earth. He has a piece of the earth and he owns this piece of earth and he want to fight for it because if you free, he said freedom ain't free and you don't deserve it if you're not willing to fight for it. And so they was like, we gonna have to take this to the federal court. We going all the way to the federal court. And so Tisha is down with him, honey. She's like, okay, we gonna fight for it then. We gonna fight for our earth. So then we move over to Trisha's house. Dum, dum, dum. Ken comes home from being on the road for about 3 days, honey. She makes him dinner. That's a good thing. That man been gone. He hungry. Ken asked how was the talk with her, how did the talk with her husband go? So she was like, better than she expected. We were able to hash out what was bothering them. It almost went off on the deep end. She feels like he owes her a better apology. She's willing to sign the papers now. And Ken is like, I'm just ready for this to be over. And she was like, yeah, me too. And then and it's like, girl, tell that man you're not ready to rush into a marriage right now. And rightfully so. You need to heal. You need to actually tell the truth and save yourself and then go get some therapy. You need to go over there with Destiny to her therapist, girl. There's a Dr. Francis too. And so, and I'm just thinking to myself as he's talking, he's not really paying attention to her body language, the way she's talking. Did you hear that deep sigh, Ken? Do you see how she's sitting over there, not eating, looking crazy, not looking at you? Like, you're not peeping none of the red flags. And so she came and looked him in his face. And so I think she still got something for her husband. I ain't gonna lie, she do. Look at her face. And so she did get the kids' approval about them moving forward towards marriage. The ex is not happy about it. He mad at their daughter because her saying that her daddy drives drive trucks and eat steaks. And they ate a steak. Was it her birthday? They was eating a steak. I think she fed him a steak this night. And so Ken's like, well, he needs to step it up. He needs to be active. He needs to be around her. He said, but I do understand how he feels, but the girl calls Ken, asks him where he at, what he doing. They talk, they got a relationship. And so Ken wants to get on the same page because it'll be easier for everybody involved. Them, the kids, him, And so he asked how was the training with Stormy. And so the training was Stormy. How was the training with Stormy? Okay. Why was he acting that way? I guess they're talking about Martell. And so he was like, I guess Martell, I didn't write these notes good. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it says, she's been to my house. Now she said she was waiting for it to come out. I do remember, sorry, I'm new, so give me grace. So what's her name? Trisha. So Trisha said she was waiting, like she waited on it to come out. So she said I'm trying to figure out where we get with Stormy's training, because she trained with Destiny. Anyway, she said she has been to his house. She couldn't remember if it was his house or his gym. Girl, Martell ain't got no gym. But maybe you mean the gym he goes to. But we're talking about COVID. We're talking about shut in. We're talking about gyms were closed, Trisha. Come on, Ken. I need you to step it up. But trust and believe, Ken over there calculate. He might be the quiet storm. You saw him tapping on that table as she's talking because he trying to figure this mess out. He trying to keep his cool. He trying to keep his composure. So this girl over here talking about, I can't remember if I was at his house or at the gym. Because that's what they were supposed to be doing. She started talking about him in Mel. So she talking about Martell started talking about him and no, she started talking to Martell about him and Melody's situation. And the conversation got testy. And so she's like, okay, they never made it to the gym. And so so Martell told her he didn't ask her to come over here to counsel him about his marriage. And she was going through the same thing. So, Ken ain't stupid. He putting it together now. You could tell he is putting stuff together. He said that it was both of their faults for the way they're acting and they're not saying anything about this. And so, he said, I feel like I'm being thrown for a loop because it's going from this to I don't know him to, oh, I did go to his house. And I agree with you, Ken. Like, what is, like, you need, so he tells us, so he said, I'm trying to get to the bottom of why, they both acting weird about it. She's trying to say, I'm a private person. He knows that train me means. So he gives her an example. Okay. So he's going to be mad if something is there and she's not saying it. He asked her, what happened in that moment? Why you couldn't tell me all this before? And in this moment, Ken is like losing his trust in her. You can see it on his face. So he said he can go from being the nicest person to the meanest person. And I'm like, yup, he over there tapping the table. And so, she's like, it wasn't anything serious. And it's like, girl. So in the confessional, she gonna say, with her not being honest, it gave Martell fuel to have people thinking something happened. Girl, because something did happen. That's why y'all both acting weird. And you need to fess up. And so Ken says it happened before him. So it's like, we all got a pass. And she like, I don't have a pass. And he like, Huntsville is small. She like, I don't have a pass. So he made a point to her, and he used Destiny as the example. Like if, him and Destiny, she was trying to holler and they hooked up and all this and that. And so, his point was very top tier. But at the same time, why do I have to tell a grown woman who is married with kids? Why do I have to explain relationship and stuff to her? But in my opinion, too, when we met the husband, Marquez, we see he's childish, immature, hasn't grown. And Trisha is the same way. She's a little childish too. She's not mature. And that happens when you only have one relationship. She's not exposed. She was trying to, after they broke up, honey, she went into her HO phase and then met Ken. And she probably needed more time to do her thing. And we're trying to say that this happened before Ken, but I don't know, because why is she not telling you? Oh, because she's a private person. I forgot. So he's trying to teach her, you got to tell me everything so that I know. So when people can't be playing in my face when they try to say stuff, I can say, oh, I know. He won't be caught off guard. Because, she is immature in this experience of relationships. And it's just like, Ken, are you going to baby her into this marriage? Like, do you have to hold? And men don't mind doing that. And so she says, she's trying to be she's trying to be private. But, this being private in a relationship is not going to work. She needs to learn how to be transparent. And that's where the story ends. I think it's a to be continued. Oh my gosh, Trish, tell the truth. Because we all can tell now. We all can tell. When Martell went over to Stormy's house and you were there, he pretended like he did not know you. He didn't even want it to come up. He wanted you to follow suit. And you got mad at that. That bruised your little ego. You got mad, but you can't get mad and be a private person. You get mad, so what? And if Stormy's not stupid, she didn't put it all together. She didn't put y'all together to work out because she like, why don't y'all work it out so y'all can handle it, And you guys, this is all on TV. We can see right through it because we have lived our lives too, Trisha. But anyway, besties, I'm going to give this episode, I'll give it a B. Let me know what you rate the episode, baby. This Love in Huntsville, I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. And what is gonna happen? Because we ain't seen Maurice and Kimmy in a minute. Did we see Maurice but not Kimmy? But they're gonna all be in next week's episode. Not next week because Love and Marriage Huntsville is going on a 3-week break due to the Olympics. That's what Carlos says. The YouTube streets are saying something else, but I'm enjoying this. Let me know what you rate this episode. Don't forget to like the video. Sorry for the little confusion. I got to take better notes, but I think I tried to. Anyway, love you. Sorry. Give me grace. Put your comments down in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, besties.